Okay. Good night. It's now tomorrow. Happy Thursday, everyone. So, got here. Finally, we got here. Lemuria. What is Lemuria? Well, before I talk about that, I just want to mention we have lesson 3 of our Witchcraft for the Curious Novice course coming up on the 22nd of May. That's not this Sunday coming, but the one after. If you want to come join us for the live stream lesson, all the details are below. So, start at the beginning. So during the wheel of the year, there are certain times of the year when the veil is thin. So I've got lights shining right in my face there. Move it up a bit. So these times of the year when the veil is thinner than usual are fantastic times to really up your divination work. And also they're a really good time to connect with our ancestors, whether that's family and friends who have passed, or whether that's ancient ancestors. So the last reading I did, it was talking about Arcturan light codes. So if you know your soul group, there are, off the top of my head, I think there's 17 that come up in soul realignment. I'm pretty sure there's more. They're just not in that modality. In fact, I know there's more. I will find them. So if you know your soul group, you could even get in contact with your ancient ancestors. Okay. And there are different ways to do that. Now, if you join us on our Telegram group, I posted today some really good tools, on a better word, to do that ancestor connection. Everything from herbs, chants, spells, short rituals, that kind of thing. So if you come and join us on the Telegram group, that information is there. So I'm a little bit dry. Crystals as well. Crystals are really good. So Beltane is one of those times when the veil is thin, as is summer solstice. So the time between those two dates, we have Lemuria. Yes, it connects to Lemuria. So this is an excellent time. And I'm pretty sure on our channel, there's at least one ritual. Could be cauldron scrying, something like that, or using a magic mirror, something like that, which you can do for Lemuria. You have today, which is now Thursday, and Friday left to kind of really make use of this energy right now. So I just wanted to really kind of do a little discussion around divination, because, you know, the traditional way people do divination is with, just got a few of my cards out here, got a whole box full of them, but these are the Celtic Dragon Oracle, CJ Conway. These are quite amazing. So obviously cards are one of the more traditional ways of High Priest. Really, really beautiful cards. And she also has a, if you want to connect with dragons, Mystic Dragon. I'll show you the book. Mystical Dragon Magick. Mystical Dragon Magick. That takes you through the process of connecting with your own personal dragon, but also other dragons as well. My idea is to record these, because they're like meditations, record the meditations and do them like we did the Sekhmet stuff. So then we just release them to people if they want to do the work. But that's a side salad. So you've got those, you know, so you have tarot cards, you have oracle cards. These are really cool. Gateway of Light, activation oracle cards. I absolutely love these. Chamber of the Violet Flame. Now that is mad. You know why that is? That was the first card that was on the bottom of the deck because that connects to Lemuria. Chamber of the Violet Flame. Who says this isn't the time for magic? Oh, believe me, I've heard plenty of people say that. Clearly, they're not magical people. So yeah, they're really cool. I mean, I've got so many cards, but I just thought I'd show you a few. So obviously cards are one way to do divination work. These are really cool as well. So, you know, how you use your cards, entirely up to you. I tend to do a little bit of like different cards, mix them up a bit. You don't have to use the same cards in a reading. I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love. Isn't that amazing? That's beautiful. So they're the universe has got your back. So yeah, many different types of cards. I fucking love these ones. And like I say, I've got a whole box over there. Oh, okay. Dreams. That was on the bottom of the deck. Dreams. So what are your dreams? But not just what are your dreams, but do you listen to your dreams? When you have, if you, blah, blah, start again. So if you wake up from your sleep and you remember your dream, do you look at that? Do you find the meaning of the dream? Because dreams will tell you a lot of stuff that your waking mind isn't even aware of. Believe me. So that's Gospel of Aradia. I like these ones as well. These are very cool. Elemental Oracle. Stacey DeMarco. Really like these. That was from the reading the other day. So I'm not going to take the bottom card off there because that was from the reading I did the other day. Just give them a little shuffle. Pull a card. So yeah, cards, pretty traditional really. But there are many ways to do divination. And there are no rules. This is, where's my, it's right over there. I'm not sure what the top word says because it's too small for me to read it. You see what that says? I don't know. Anyway, ice. So that would indicate a time of slumber, of hibernation. I think that came up in one of the recent readings, actually, about if you need to just retreat and regroup, rest, then do it. These are also really good. Work Your Light Oracle deck, Rebecca Campbell. I'm not going to get them all out. I'm not getting all my cards out up here forever. Let's just pull a card. So yeah, cards, whether tarot, oracle, and there are just so many out there. Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, Helpers in the Subtle Realms. Wow. Love these cards. Very cool. But there are, say, so many ways to do divination work. Let's get these back in the pack. Oh my God. Right. And one of those other ways, where's it gone? Oh, I've lost it. There it is. One of my favorite things to do, and I use a pendulum when I'm doing soul realignment. This is my amazing Enochian pendulum, which came without a chain, and I had to go and source an old antique silver chain for it, but it is amazing. So if you program your pendulum properly, so you let it tell you what's yes, what's no, what's maybe, because each pendulum is different. Again, if you come along to our Telegram group, I'm going to post in there once this is finished, this video. So I've got a thing on my nail. I'm going to post in there a pendulum programming sheet, although there is also, pretty sure there's a video on this channel from a few years ago now, where I talk about programming your pendulum. So I mean, I suppose for me, I tend to program my pendulums in one particular way, and it works. So once this video is finished, go over to our Telegram group, because that will be in there, the pendulum programming sheet, how to do that so it's accurate. Yeah. But the other thing you got to remember when you're doing any kind of divination work is to keep your bias out of the picture. Yeah. So hold that space open for the messages to come in. Yeah. So other ways we do divination, you can do divination with crystals. I used to do in the Facebook group, I used to have Magic Mondays, and I think people's favorite way of doing readings is with crystals. So you can either do that with like tumble stones in a bag and just pull them and then take readings from those crystals, or I mean, what we would do is we'd lay them out and they'd be numbered. People would choose which ones they were drawn to, and then I would do a reading from them. If you want a crystal reading, you can go over to our website, crystalsrock.earth, go to store, and at the top you got the categories. If you go to readings, you can choose crystal readings on there. So that would work the same way. And I could do it video, so you can actually choose the crystals. You can do divination work with anything, because, and this is something we're going to be talking about in the third lesson of Witchcraft for the Curious Novice, is the tools that you're using for divination are just a prop. Yeah, because the actual power is you. So when you're doing divination work, you're connecting with your higher self and your Godhead, if you like. You could also call that the central sun, if you like. So what you're doing essentially is you're opening yourself up to everything, to the void space, to the infinite cosmos. Yeah, because we are that. And then messages will come through. So one of the really cool things we do, and we do our marsh walk, and I think we got some videos somewhere on here where we've talked about that, is we, because there's two parts of the marshes, and there's a big main road that runs kind of through the middle of it. So I can't remember when we started doing this. I think that was about middle of last year, something like that. And it was after I watched the Truman Show. Because what I realized is if we asked a question when we were on the marshes, we were getting answers other ways, but I thought it might be quite fun to use the trucks, because you get a lot of trucks going along this main road. So there are certain trucks that are just filler, other trucks that are clearly telling us a message. Yeah. So you can use anything for divination. We also use the animals. So if we see particular animals, we come home, we look them up, see what the message is. So Ian's old mentor, she used to say, you could do divination with cornflakes, because it's not the tool that's doing it, it's you. You know, and it's when you fully realize that when you are doing that, you are connecting with something bigger than yourself, realized right now. Yeah. Then, yeah, anything you can use for divination. Absolutely anything. Clouds, I don't know. We elastic bands. That's something we did. 20, I think it was 2018, 2019. I think it was, and we started seeing elastic bands by the front door. So you'd think nothing unusual about that, but then we set an intention to take them as messages. So we were walking on the road, we see an elastic band, we'd ask a question. If we'd asked a question, we would then take the appearance of an elastic band as an affirmative. And that was quite an interesting journey in and of itself. So you really can use anything for divination. Candles, that's another really cool one. So how a candle is reacting when it's burning, and then also once the candle has gone out, you can take a reading from the wax and how it's pulled, what shapes has it made. Yeah, tea leaves is another very obvious one. Yeah, coffee grinds, very obvious one. But once you remember that, and art, anything, there's no limits, yeah, to the tools you can use for divination. So you've really got to ask yourself, you know, so what works for me? So is it cards that work for you, or is it crystals? Is it, you know, leaves? I mean, you know, different trees have different energies about them. Just looking around here right now, what else is there that we could use for divination? fire. It's another way you can do divination. Hi, Smurf. Come to say hello. Come on then. Yeah, I've got my cards down there. Sorry, mate. I know, it's outrageous. Oh, no. You could even, pardon me, you could even do what we call a witch walk, where you are guided to, I don't know, get to the end of your road, and using your intuition, decide or be guided to, do you go left or right or straight on? That's a really cool way to do divination work. So there's no rules. Okay, no rules, first of all. I'm just checking the time. It's already been half an hour. That can't be right. I bloody have, you know. So when it comes to connecting with ancestors, for me personally, one of the nicest ways is to create an altar. Have photos, if you've got photos of, you know, family or friends, or even your ancient ancestors. Yeah, if you can either find a photo, or if you are artistic, draw what you think they might look like. If it's people that you know that have passed, maybe some personal objects from, you know, that they had. Candles, incense is good. If you've got yew trees around, that quite often, especially when it's been windy, you can find bits of, you know, yew tree branches and stuff. Yew is an amazing one for as a conduit, if you like, as is iron. So if you've got an old iron key, you can set the intention with that when you hold that key and you ask a question of your ancestors, they will bring that answer through the key. But again, it's just a tool. So if it's just you and your ancestors talking, that's fine. And there's a meditation. It's I created it for Beltane and Samhain originally, but you can use it at this time as well, where you go into the Great Cavern and you meet your ancestor or ancestors and you have a conversation with them. It's very cool. Oh, excuse me. So there are so many ways, but I think one of the nicest ways is to use a drum. So an altar is really good because it gives you a focus. But drumming and chanting is, because it's, I don't know, it is the vibration of the drum and the chants that you can use. They are so evocative, and it's almost like it transports you back to the time when things were very different to what we see now. Oh, and there's also you can use water for divination. The Koji, who I think if I remember rightly, they live in Colombia, up in the mountains. They use it's like a wooden, almost like a wooden straw, and they drop it in a bowl of water and they read the bubbles. So if they need an answer to something, they read the bubbles. How cool is that? Love it. So many ways. You can even divine using the weather. There are no rules. One of my favorite things to do is using a magic mirror. So you can have small magic mirrors, or you can have larger ones. So if you look behind me, you got the lamp, and then just behind that it looks black. That's our big magic mirror that we use as a psychomantium, which is a metaphysical device that also uses incense and candles, or a candle, and it's positioned in such a way that you can't see anything else but the black screen. And then you get yourself into a heightened state, and then you go through the portal. It's amazing. So yeah, there are so many ways you can use. If you've got a cauldron, you can fill it with water, or a black bowl, fill it with water and use that. Ian's actually got a crystal ball. You can also use I've got a small polished obsidian mirror that you could also use for divination work. Excuse me. Runes, obviously. Ogham sticks is another one. There are just so many different ways to do this work. But if you're going to do it, I mean, yeah, now it's fantastic. It's a very powerful time right now, as is the dark moon. Samhain, Beltane, winter solstice, summer solstice, because at those points the veil is that much thinner. There's also when is that? Rama's Day, which I think was in March. I think that was March. And then you have Lemuria, which is now. So yeah, I would, if you're interested in divination, we do cover that. Just trying to think what lesson that is. Bear with me 1 second. I will go and find out what lesson that's in Curious Novice. Bear with me. Modules 2022. Bear with. Right, lesson schedule. Let's have a look. Magical tools. That would be a handy one. That's June 19th. Magic and healing. Divination techniques is November. So we explore that a lot more. That's November, that one. But if you do want to sign up, it's all done by donation. Each lesson is, you pay what you can afford. Because doing our enterprise in a different way feels good to be reshaping how we do business, how we shape our enterprise. So yeah, it's all by donation. You get lifetime access for any lessons that you've paid for. Also, if you have already been a student of ours and you've you're already registered as a Curious Novice student, then you get the updates for free. So you get to, you can go and watch the replays of these videos for any extra insights, because that was the whole reason for doing this. Well, there were two reasons. One, I was guided to do this. I'm like, really? Okay. And secondly, because it's been a while since we created that initial course, you know, we've evolved since then. And it's just, you know, just having a look at it with fresh eyes, different perspective. Yeah. So yeah, if you want to come and join us for, so this lesson 3 is all about the inner temple, your personal power, how you can tap into that with different tools, breath work and meditation, grounding, very important. Yeah, so we explore all those things and more in the 3rd lesson, which is coming up on the 22nd of May. And if you get on the list for that, then if there is a lesson that you do want to do, but it's not coming up just yet, I do send out reminders for the lessons. So you won't miss it if you've signed up. Okay. I think that's it, you know. I'll just check and make sure that there are no questions. I don't think we've got anyone on the live, but I don't know. Let me just turn my volume down so I don't go all weird. Let's have a look. Bear with me. No, I don't think we've got anyone in the live chat. I don't think so. So that's good. So no questions. Not that it's good there's no questions, but you know, is what it is. So if you're watching the replay and you have any questions, then comment below. Otherwise, I'm going to go. It's not past my bedtime, but I've been editing things flying around. I've been editing video today, so I'm a bit knackered. It's fun though, so I love it. Anyway, it's been nearly an hour, so I'm going to go. I hope this has been of some help to you. Come and join us on the Telegram group because it's really cool. And if you're interested in, you know, this lesson 3 coming up or future lessons for Curious Novice, go and sign up below. It's live streaming as well on Zoom. So you get to ask any questions on the spot. Yeah. So come and join us. Anyway, I'm going to go now. So I'm going to say blessings all, and I'll see you in the next one.